Hello, my name is Mike Hind. I'm the Construction Director for the Cotswold Canals Trust, and it is my responsibility to make sure that your time spent on the canal is profitable and is safe. The object of this video is to show you some of the things that you should be doing, some of the things you should not be doing, and to make sure that you work safely and enjoy your work on the canal. One of the things you will have to do is to wear personal protection equipment, which is supplied mostly by the Trust. The inevitable and the obvious thing is a hard hat, which you should wear at all times when you're on a construction site. You should wear a high visibility jacket. You'll either have a jacket like this, which is a padded one, or you will have a waistcoat which has the Cotswold Canals Trust logo on the back. If you're working near water, then you should be wearing a life preserver. Anywhere within 2 meters of the edge of the water, or if you're working over the water, then a life preserver is required. The other thing you should have is toe-tector boots, which should be your own property. They're something that the Trust on the whole does not provide, though we can lend you them to get you started. You should be wearing gloves, which help you to handle the rough stones and other working machines and tools. And if you're like me and have lenses, prescription lenses, then these are in fact safety glasses. The edges there, which you get from your optician. As you can see, this volunteer lacks a safety helmet, reflective waistcoat, waterproof clothing, safety boots. He has not obeyed instructions from the team leader, so he will not be allowed to work on site. Unless your team leader has stated otherwise, you will normally be required to wear a safety helmet whilst working around the canal. Equally important are long sleeves and gloves, which should be appropriate. When working on site, it is mandatory to wear safety boots. These are not normally supplied by the Trust, though there are loan boots available for new starters and short-term volunteers. The method statement is a key component of any safety system, and this applies as much to the Cotswold Canals as it does to any work situation. The method statement is an important document that sets out to answer 6 vital questions and to give guidance on dealing with any emergency that might arise. After your briefing, your team leader will ask you to sign a simple declaration sheet to say that you have had a briefing and that you have understood it and will comply with any measure required to reduce the hazards to an acceptable level. You should always be especially attentive and aware when working near water. Volunteers will have to wear a life preserver, which the Trust will provide, if working within 2 meters or over water. You should always be careful when working near a lock, as steep falls and sheer edges can lead to danger. The Cotswold Canals Trust demands that all operators and drivers are authorised, meaning they have to have received full training before using any vehicle or piece of machinery. An authorisation card must always be carried when using this sort of equipment as proof of the training. Equipment may only be driven by authorised persons with the permission of the team leader. All plant and machinery must be kept and maintained in an operable condition and a good state of repair. You should only use tools such as chainsaws if properly qualified. You should always wear the correct protective clothing, and before you start a power tool, always make sure that you know how to stop it. You should always report any accident or near miss to the team leader. A copy of the emergency procedure plan is always available on site and is usually kept in the crew van. And the method statement lists the nearest emergency hospital. Recent years have seen a rise in leptospirosis or Weil's disease. This is a disease carried by rats and spread through their urine. It can affect you if contaminated water should get into cuts, open wounds and abrasions. When leaving the site, you should always make sure that your work site is tidy. Always thoroughly clean and return your tools to the right place. You should never leave the site without telling your team leader, and remember to always sign off before leaving for home. Thank you for watching this safety DVD. I hope you now can have time to sit and read the accompanying booklet. And when you've done that, at the very back, the last page, you'll find there's a couple of declarations for you to sign. Once you've signed those and handed them to your team leader, we then wish you a safe and happy time working for the Cotswold Canals Trust. And thank you very much for volunteering to come and help us.